Thank you both for taking time out. Obviously, we're here to talk about Grind, which is a horror anthology, which is going to be screening at South by Southwest. You both feature in a segment called MLM, in which Sarah finds herself tangled up with Lala Leggings, a company for whom hitting targets is essential and failure to do so has its consequences. Jessica, you play Sarah, and Barbara, you play the company's founder. What was it about this story and these characters that made you both want to get involved?
Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh, well, I just thought it was so relatable. I genuinely feel like we're being asked more and more to just sell everything, sell ourselves, sell. And it's like, as an actor, I'm here with this craft that I've built over years. And then they want you to sell yourself by creating content all the time. And it's just been so hard. And it feels like such a grind. And so I think it really drew me in, not only the comedy in her writing, like I've worked with Bria before, and she's just so funny. And when I read the script, first of all, it was a great character. I loved her journey and trying to keep everything sane and together for as long as she can, even though it seems to just be slipping out of her control. And she's trying to make sense of this magical fantasy reality. So I loved that, but also she's just so funny. She's attacked such a serious, real subject matter that we really are faced with right now, and some of us are kind of drowning in, but she's attacked it with such humor. And so I just, yeah, I loved it. I was in from the start. Before they had any money, I was in.
Right. I mean, you said that perfectly. I couldn't say it better, but I'll just echo, what you save said. I mean, we've both known Bria for a long time. I've worked on some features with her as an actor, and I just love her. And I do want to work in comedy more. I love comedy, but I don't often get a chance to work in that arena. And Bria told me that the character of the founder was based on this woman, and there's a documentary on Netflix called Lula Rich, based on this woman who actually is. She has a legging company and a multi-level marketing company. It's exactly what this is. So they were coming up with these different ideas for the hustle culture and the gig economy and what kind of crazy jobs people do. And I was like, I never heard of this job, being a legging salesperson. And I thought it was very clever to come up with all these different jobs in the gig economy. I mean, we see people delivering these smoothies, and we have Erewhon in Los Angeles. I don't know if you've heard of Erewhon, but it's a really famous, fancy grocery store, and they have a thing there called Kelly Bieber smoothie, and people go there just to get a smoothie and deliver it to people. So that's like a real thing. And content moderation is a real thing. I didn't even know about that. And of course, unionizing is a big thing, but it's all told through the lens of, our culture right now and how hard it is to make ends meet and reach your goals, because the goals keep expanding and you just quite never seem to get ahead or feel comfortable. And the corporations and the bigger companies are using us and taking all of our money and making us think that we do have to be online and we have to be present and we have to sell ourselves and we have to sell whatever it is we're doing. And it's, when does it end? When do we get to, relax on the beach? Never, never. So I think it's just, it's so clever what they've come up with. All these segments are so clever and so interesting. And there's a lot of anthologies out there, but I've never seen an anthology that's based on such a clever premise, that does something so different in the horror realm.
Yeah, and I mean, it is, I think it's no matter which one of the stories you're watching, it's so relatable. Even if you've not worked in an office job, you recognize that sort of boss, and similarly with delivery drivers and things. I mean, as much as this is a horror comedy, it does have, some interesting things to say about, the gig economy and everything. Are you kind of hoping that it might open people's eyes to some degree, even if it's just that, they have a little bit more patience and politeness with, their barista or their Uber driver?
Yes. I mean, I'm
I
hoping it incites everyone to stop working so much. I mean, I really think it's like the chicken or the egg because as long as we all keep feeding into it and are willing to accept like, lower pay and we still take the job or are willing to accept longer hours without overtime pay or whatever, like as long as we all keep doing it, we force everyone else to keep doing it as well. And so it's such a hard situation. I don't know. Um, if maybe we just need to inspire everyone to find more life moments with each other to inspire us to work less. I don't know. Mara, what were you going to say?
Maybe our governments would give us a little bit more of the money that we've earned for them instead of going to war.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for your time. Best of luck with the screening at South by, and yeah, I can't wait for everybody to get to see this film.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
Kat.
Thank you.
See you.